Fruhvirtova and Svrcina. And please welcome, representing Belgium, Minnen and Gille.
Well, the tie has already been won and Team Belgium are through to the semi-finals, but there's still plenty on offer here, some $8,500 to the winning team, so there is money, and that's what we're looking at here. No points in the mixed doubles. Obviously, there's no mixed doubles rankings at this particular stage. I guess there never was, but for these guys, it's a very important match. And as I said, these two were out the other night to play for Czechia. They didn't get that one done. They'd like to be able to see if they could get a win under their belt. And of course, Czechia would love to have at least 1 point here tonight, with Belgium already going through. And what a night it was too. For Zuzu Bergs, coming through in straight sets, played brilliantly for the majority of the match. Had a little bit of trouble closing it out at the end, but got the job done in a second set tiebreak. And then of course we just witnessed that demanding 3-set battle there for Elise Mertens, defeating Barbora Krejcikova to seal the quarterfinal. Well, players are making their way out to Mohamed Liani, who's going to take us through the proceedings of the coin toss.
With the coin toss, say hello to Jasper, our guest. Okay, like usual, net sensitivity changeovers, and we have the video review. Please let me know in a timely and clearly manner. Unless the ball kid drop a ball, you need to stop immediately, otherwise you can ask after the point is finished. And what is more, any question about anything? Like lady serving on lady and man on man, that's in deciding point.
And for the video review, we have to stop immediately or after?
Yeah, for the distraction, you have to stop immediately. Otherwise, like a not up, through. If a ball kid like dropping a ball or any distraction, then you cannot finish the rally or then ask. Okay, questions? No? Please, yes, but you can ask. We have Mark Edmondson or AO. AO, okay, so then it picks it together. Up in the air, so AO is, so try to flip it like, okay? So try to flip. Yeah, perfect. Ah, good flip. No, good, fall down. Wow, good flip. AO. Receive. Stay, okay. So you, Jasper, you stay here in the middle. This is the most important, the picture. Nice smile. Thank you, Jasper. Good job.
Yeah, it's one of the great things that they do here at the United Cup and down at the Australian Open too. The hotshot kids getting out there for a photograph onto the centre court with the big stars of the game. And there's a generation of them that are now starting to play, in fact, and hit their straps. But let's chat through here. Todd Woodbridge in the lead position here for this mixed doubles, and alongside of me, it's a very good evening. It's been busy already, but you're going back to back here. Casey Delacroix, well done to you.
Evening, Todd. Great to be up here for this mixed doubles. I was courtside for that previous match, and what a win for Mertens. She really deserved that win. Served impeccably well in the third set and gets the win for Team Belgium. And great that these four players now get the opportunity to represent their country, even if it isn't a live rubber, but it's still important.
Yeah, it is indeed. Both youngsters, Linda Fruhvirtova, 20 years of age, Dalibor Svrcina is just 23, and this is kind of a big opportunity of getting experience on big courts. Obviously, Czechia have such depth in their team, so that if you don't get in, other players are at other events, and it gives these guys the chance to come and really hang out with the top players. And then now they've got their chance to actually be out here representing their country. Up the other end, there's a lot more experience.
Yeah, got a few in age and time on tour. Gret Minnen there plays a really nice style of tennis and has been on tour for a number of years now, so she will be relishing this opportunity. She's been such a great support in the team zone. particularly sat there through all the matches, cheered on every person that has been out there playing. So it's just really nice when you get to see these players out there also getting their chance. And I'm sure with same as Sender Gille there, you can see his doubles ranking 49, top 50 in the world. It's not bad, and he's been on tour as well and had 8 ATP double titles, which is certainly a great feat for him. So a lot of experience in Team Belgium, and the youngsters, well, that is Team Czechia.
Well, as we sit through the rest of this warm-up, and we know that Team Belgium are on their way to the semi-finals, we've got the team captain, Christopher Homan, courtside. Christopher, thanks for joining us, and you guys have got to be pretty happy about tonight's performance. It's Todd Woodbridge here.
Hi, Todd. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure, and we are very excited. I mean, it still needs to sink in, to be honest, because it only just happened. So, and I'm back on court. But no, it's been amazing so far, and we're really enjoying this time together as a team.
Casey, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask you, Christopher, Casey Delacqua here, about Elise's match. She was so mentally tough. I just wondered about your conversations with her, particularly in the third set, because she served so well. What were some of the things that messages that you were passing on to her in that third set?
Yeah, I was passing on to her to really go for her shots. I mean, it's very tricky with Barbara. She knows how to slow your game down and then play that punch shot to finish off the point. So it's so important for Elise to keep going for her shots. And then on the serve, I just kept emphasizing being explosive, throw the ball up in the court to think forward, you know, go for the serve, and it helped. It made a difference, picked up the percentage too. So.
And when you say thinking forward, I look back to a couple of days ago when, you know, it looked like Team Canada were going to go through and win the group, and then you guys came through with a 3-love victory, and now you're in the semis. It kind of must be, it's a bit of a dream in a sense, isn't it?
It is. It's amazing. But I said I think it was the first day I said, as Belgians, we don't back down before a meet against Canada, and that's exactly what we did. We're on a mission here, and it's just been exciting, amazing. Okay,
lastly, thoughts on Switzerland. I have to ask, just your thoughts heading into the semi-final.
Not many thoughts, to be honest, other than just prepare well. Where we've got several coaches here with us. It's really been a collective effort of the whole team, and that's been my job to get everyone in it together. So that's all I have to say.
Well, you've done a good job. Team Belgium seems to like playing on Ken Rosewall Arena, whether it be in the Davis Cup or now in the United Cup as well. So congratulations, and we'll sit back now and focus on this mixed doubles. Thanks for joining us, Christopher.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
30 seconds.
So this, when you think about what transpired, Canada were almost probably looking ahead, and then they played some brilliant matches. Izu Bergs has been very good indeed. And when we look ahead to this one, there's a bit of experience in Sander Gille out on court. He's that, as we went through their buys, he's the dominant player within this mixed doubles. That's sort of his focus on tour is at the majors, doubles and mixed doubles. So expect him to probably try get in and dominate here a little this evening. So you talk about Switzerland. Well, the Americans and the Swiss arrived earlier here this evening, about 6 o'clock into Sydney, and very impressive to see as soon as they landed. Coco Gauff dropped the bags out here into Sydney Olympic Park on the practice court, in the gym, already acclimatising, because it's very different weather to what we've seen and do see over in Perth. But hot, humid, and particularly tomorrow it's going to be an absolute scorcher, as we say here in Australia.
Yeah, look, that's what the champions do, don't they? They prepare as diligently as possible, and as you mentioned, it's not a quick flight from Perth, and got to get out there, move the body, and yeah, great shot seeing her hit the practice court.
Well, as the players start to make their way out, I'll quickly introduce one of Australia's very best in mixed doubles. Great to have you courtside while in the serve.
Thank you, Todd, and yes, mixed doubles exponent extraordinaire, if I had played. But no, looking forward to this, because I guess I'm looking forward to see if you consider that match up against Switzerland and just how punishing the singles could be. This pair might be quite valuable going forward. The team of Gille and Minnen. They may be needed, so it'd be good to see them play tonight and see what form they're in.
Ball.
Todd, I'm just looking at the serve of Sander Gille. I was just watching it in the warm-up. It's very unusual. He has one of the lowest elbows on tour at the back of the swing. You can see he's got that sleeve on his right arm, whether the serve has something to do with it, but it's, yeah, most unusual.
Yeah, you wonder if that elbow, Wally just getting in that position consistently, if that has played effect on his elbow shoulder.
It's funny sometimes when you know, you don't have the book on a player, but you watch them warm up and you look at something and you think, can that, as you said, can he find that position every time? Can he sustain that? Will he serve some double fault? So I'll just be curious to see how that plays out. A little bit wild on the smash there, Greet Minnen. Don't know whether she didn't pick it up coming out of the stands here under the lights. One thing too, every Belgian player uses the same racket brand. I don't think there's another team in the United Cup.
Is that, yeah, potentially. Good research, Wally.
Yeah, well, team sponsor.
Let's for service.
And nice bit of touch there.
30.
Looking at Greet's ranking, 119 in the world in singles at the moment. She has been higher than that, but actually does not play a lot of doubles. 670 in her ranking there. So. Giving the signal, I think, to body and stay.
Well, she's got a very, it's not a continental grip, it's almost like an Eastern or sliding around from an Eastern, and she just doesn't get the wrist snap. Second smash, she just has not got the racket head through.
Net for service.
Sudden death point here.
An early break, a little slow at net a couple of times there, Minnen, as they get themselves going. Team Belgium. Fruhvirtova and Svrcina. And you've got to think they've been out here already. They kind of got the feel, the conditions. It's the Belgium team that haven't played a match. That was a little bit of a nervy start from Greet.
Yeah, Svrcina actually played pretty reasonably well the other day too. So for him to be out here again, he's going to grow in confidence, an early break. But as we know in mixed, and we've seen it many, many times, it doesn't take much for things to turn around. Nice to see Fruhvirtova out here, youngster. We'll be seeing a lot of her on tour in years to come. So always nice to watch these young players play at these type of events, and then down the track you're like, I remember watching her when she was playing in the mixed doubles, and so good to see what she brings tonight.
That was Svrcina to serve.
Lovely play. I like that she's confident enough at the net there to continue to want the ball. Had to play a couple of volleys and then 2 hands on the racket. Just finds the line. Nice punch volley.
Well, Dalibor, 23 years of age. He's currently ranked 93 in the world in singles. And once again, doesn't play a lot of doubles, ranked 491 there. But it's got a career high ranking of 86. I got to say, that's a pretty good effort because he's not a big fella. He's only 5'10", 178 centimetres. And in this modern game, Wally, you know, you're really a counter puncher at 5'10". You're just hanging in there with these big guys that average 6'4".
Yeah, no, absolutely. You've got to have some real good skills, don't you, with your hands, and you've obviously got to be quick, cover that court. No weight divisions in tennis. It makes it difficult for the smaller men these days where power is just paramount. So if you can crack the top 100 in singles, you're doing something right. He strikes me as a player you've got to beat. He's not going to beat himself.
15.
Swings aren't extravagant. Doesn't try to overplay it.
Yeah, just I'm quite fascinated watching him because, you know, you throw back to potentially our era, and that was kind of the normal size of an athlete, and how much that's changed. And then you look at his serve, and you know he's not getting a lot out of it. That's 191. That's probably near max speed for him, I'd say.
Yeah, I think you interviewed Bergs today, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. He's deceptively big, isn't he?
He is indeed.
He's a big guy. And he moves well. And you know, I haven't seen Mensik play live before. Like, he's a giant. He's got to be close to 6'5". And what's surprising to me, you know, we had some taller guys play in our era, but they just couldn't move like these guys can move. I mean, Mensik, for a big man, he moves extremely well.
So here we are, another deciding point. And if you're just tuning into the United Cup, the mixed doubles, just 2 sets. And if it is a set all, play a match tiebreak, first to 10 points. Deciding point on service games, male to male, and then female to female. Not a lot of gap there, but he finds it. And Team Czechia going big on pressure points.
Yeah, 2 from 2.
2 games to love.
Help them on the scoreboard, but also with their confidence. There's no better feeling. These deciding points can become pretty crucial, and they've won 2 of them. That's why the first point of every game also becomes more important, because you go down love 15 and it kind of sets the tone, and you feel like you are chasing your tail a little bit when you have these deciding points so often. So a good point there for Team Belgium.
Oof, he had it too. I think we're going to see Sander Gille really have to try to enforce himself on this mixed doubles there, and that was what he was trying to do there, moving early, letting the opponent up the other end really see that movement to get them to take their eye off the ball. But that's the best return that you can do when you've got a net man doing that. You just say to him, if you're going to move anywhere near the centre, I'm just going to go up your line and you're going to have to cover it.
She's done nothing wrong, has she, from the outset? Fruhvirtova, I mean, Casey sort of suggested the job of the woman is just be solid as a rock on return, make a lot of balls, give the chance for the man to get involved. She's certainly done that.
And so important to go down the line early on your male opponent, as Fruhvirtova has done, because then Gille isn't trying to impose himself, but Fruhvirtova is going to say, well, I'm going to go down your line as well, and certainly puts that in the back of his mind too.
Layer 40-30.
It's the old adage for me that even though he's been beaten a couple of times, he has to be moving and doing
definitely.
that stuff. But, you know, he lost his first service game, and it's at times in doubles, whether it be men's, women's or mixed, you're only as good as your net player. And Greek did a bit of damage on that first service game.
Deuce. Deciding point.
And Gilles repaying that one, because that was a makeable volley for him, really.
Surely they can't win, can't be 3 from 3, can they?
Well, she's thrown a racket, so that's a hindrance. And yes, I believe that Mohamed's given the point.
Well, they didn't ask the question, did they?
No,
Well,
you've got to stop the play. For hindrance, you have to stop the play.
But she threw a racket.
Yeah, but the Czechs didn't.
But Fruhvirtova, she quit on the shot. She,
Well, I'm confused because I've not really ever seen anything like this. This is actually should be the opponent's point.
No, they've changed the rule.
No,
this
but
happened
it doesn't.
before.
It's not. You can't throw your racket during the point. The umpire's supposed to pick this
She
up.
didn't mean to, did she?
Yeah, but look, he can't call a hindrance on himself while he's watching the ball and the racket's flying. How did the umpire not see that?
and the last ball,
Look at that.
The backhand from Fruhvirtova, she barely played it. I think she was a little confused.
I mean,
Well, no, but my understanding of the rule is that the opponents do have to, whether it's someone in the crowd or someone dropping the ball, boy dropping the ball, you have to call hindrance.
Well, he could have called it after he missed it.
Yes.
Because he had to play the shot.
Exactly.
But he just didn't ask the question?
Exactly.
Okay, I'll accept that.
That's my understanding, because I actually had to clarify that in the previous match because something happened. That's the, yeah.
Well, Mohamed needs to wake up.
So Casey, you're saying Delabor had to call it right there.
Well, welcome back to Ken Rosewell Arena. We've had a hearty discussion about that situation back there. I always like having a chat to Mohamed about the rules, occasionally the decisions they make, and I'll be interested to see what happens on this one. Casey, I think you're correct. So this isn't deliberate. The racket comes out of the hand, and then Delabor misses the volley. But if he had missed it and asked that this put him off,
There could have been replay.
and then it would have gone to the video review, right?
No,
Yep.
Delabor made the volley. He made it. Sander then played the shot, and Fruhvirtova missed the backhand, right?
All I know, team, is that if
15
it's the chair umpires have been very clear at the beginning. If it's a hindrance and you believe it's a hindrance, whether the ball boy drops a ball or whatever, or someone's hat falls off, you have to call that midway through the point when it happens, because then they can deal with it. But if it's, say, like a ball up or something like that, they can go to the video review after the point has finished.
So Delabor should not have hit that backhand. He should have called. the
He should have
backhand
called
volley.
hindrance straight away.
He probably felt he could hit a winner.
Exactly. Hence why Team Belgium ended up getting the point.
Oof.
Jeez.
Hope that's clear for everyone. For you, Wally, for you, Todd, and for everyone at home.
Intense period of play. Let's get back onto it here. 2-1. Czechia.
30 love. At 30-15.
You can sort of see the difference between the doubles prowess starting to develop with Sander Gille, the structure that he plays, hit, come forward, always looking to get into the net, compared to Svrcina up the other end. Dalibor just a little more singles orientated with his decision making. Oh, great reflexes.
At 30-40.
And it brings up a break-back point. This was a good move by Svrcina here. He times it well. He just can't get enough pace on it because it's below the net. Pops it up. Gille there to deliver.
Deuce. Deciding point.
So 4 from 4, Wally.
Yeah, most unusual, but I was glad to see Dalibor went, even though, you go and you miss and you hesitate, but he went the very next point, so well done for a man who is primarily a singles player. Good instincts.
Oh, that was a bad miss.
Team Belgium.
So we're all level once again, 2-all.
2 games off.
So crowds are emptying out here. Quarterfinal night here at Ken Rosewall Arena, with Team Belgium already through to take on Switzerland tomorrow night. Gee, what a ripper of a match that's going to be. Australia against Poland. It'll be a full house. It'll be rocking here. There's no doubt the Poles bring plenty of their supporters. Up against the Aussies, Casey.
15 love.
It's going to be a cracking night. Really excited to see the tie unfold. The youngster Maya Joint coming off some illness, but hopefully feeling a tad better even as opposed to a previous match. And Alex de Minaur, well, he will light Ken Rosewall Arena up as always. Just see now with Team Belgium a little bit of experience, those deciding points. Wow, haven't they played a massive factor in this match already? But now a little bit more experience, a little bit more aggressive play from Team Belgium being shown.
40 love.
That's better. Hold to love for Sander Gille. And from love 2 down, Team Belgium in the lead for the first time, 3-2.
Lindo, když jdeš zasít, tak musíš buď stát buď na sítí, anebo je jsi úplně vlastně mezi. Jsi v zóně smrti tam jako. Tam vlastně neuděláš nic. A kdyby vzala volej, tak ho tam v zásadě rozehraješ. Jako. Jo, tak se neboj nalepit přitom jako z začátku hrát neskutečně voleje. A neboj se právě jako být jako víš u sítě a normálně tam prostě kdyby pomoct tomu. Ale když tam jsi na té midline nebo tak tam jako tam to jako moc neuděláš.
It's been a very hot day here in Sydney today, and temperatures set to rise again tomorrow. And we're fortunate to have this roof on Ken Rosewall Arena back not too long ago when the heat would have been what it's going to be tomorrow. We probably wouldn't get on court. We've had a little bit of rain, so we don't have to worry about that as well. And the tournament going from strength to strength in its 4th edition.
Todd, I always, you think about the players and the heat rule, obviously, but the fact that there's a roof, I always think of the fans. I mean, it is horrendous. At the Australian Open sometimes, and here in Sydney when it hits 40 plus. I mean, it's almost impossible for the fans. They're the ones paying the money, so I'm thankful there's a roof here, not just for the players, but for the fans, because Saturday they're predicting 41 degrees here in Sydney.
Yes,
and that's just brutal. You can't even sit on the plastic seats. You'll have a burnt backside.
A little bit of a shout out to all the Victorians, country Victorians that are doing a little bit rough tonight. Some serious fire issues for Victoria, and let's hope that everything goes well in the next 24 hours. It could be a very difficult day tomorrow.
40 love.
So we're seeing a bit of the accuracy serving from Dalibor here. That's great. 4 different types of serves, hitting the corners and the edges of lines on all of them. So a love game for Czechia this time. What can Greet do here? She was the one that got them on the scoreboard the last time that she served.
It's interesting, Todd. I mean, he couldn't follow through on that volley. He would have clipped the tape. He was so close. He almost had to take the racket away from impact. But the players with their grips, it's not as though they can necessarily play a chip lob. Not many of them anyway, with their more extreme grips. Oh, he's pretty quick, isn't he? That was quick. So you can see we're talking about a guy that's not overly big, doesn't look overly athletic, but he's 93 in the world, and that's a great effort for a man of his stature. But he moved very quickly across the baseline there. Great anticipation and played a good shot when he got there. Young Dalibor. Well, there it was. Tried a lot, but obviously the way her swings are set up, the way her grips are set up, it's all for the drive. Playing a block or a chip lob, not so easy. But with Sandor just blanketing the net, there is a possibility.
There's a situation there where a lob would have been perfect. Sander is just planted on the net, barely can even follow through. He's so close. If he did, his racket would hit the net. Of course, that's illegal. Oh, what a point. Everybody involved, smiles all round, and Team Belgium with the holder serve, 4-3.
It's 4-3.
Let's take another look at this. This is where it was all happening. Let chords, reflexes. There's a good bit of placement there. Keeps following it in, Casey.
Yeah, it certainly was the best point of the match so far. I love it when these type of rallies happen and you see everyone up at net, people coming in, moving forward, back. Team Belgium, they've done a great job, haven't they? To be in the position they're at after losing a couple of early deciding points, but great tennis from them.
Been a big night for Team Belgium. They're through to the semi-final. 2 big singles wins for Zizou Bergs over Jakob Mensik and then Lise Mertens. Incredibly, Casey, taking on Barbora Krejcikova for the very first time, both of them nearing 30 years of age, been out on tour for a long time and never played.
Yeah, extraordinary. That in itself was an incredible stat. Was there anyone in your career that you just didn't play, that you just were like, I played with them but never played against them?
Not that I can sort of recall. No. Not those types of players that have been in the top echelon for a long time.
It's quite incredible, isn't it?
All
they
right.
really had to find their feet out there with each other too, definitely. Yeah, nice return there from Minnen. Just starting to find a bit of groove, and Sander doing exactly what he should be, taking that middle part of the court, imposing himself.
Well, right now, with the way the momentum has been, this would be a very good hold for Fruhvirtova if she could get it done. New balls, so that sort of helps on the serve. When you don't have a big serve and the returner gets it back hard flat, then you're in a bit of trouble in doubles if you're not in at net. That's the one where Sander goes, I've got to get in, and he just gets in the way.
I don't know what his racket is strung at, but I can barely hear the ball on impact. Must be awfully loose.
Oh, that's a clever shot.
14-15.
A little bit of the Martina Hingis about that backhand, the way she just rolled it delicately in front, no panic, just saw the right space. So after 4 struggles on serve, the following 4 games have been relatively easy for the server. Here at 4-all. Plenty of prize money to be playing for here tonight in this mixed doubles. Of course, unlike the group stages where the mixed was hugely important, because for the scores of matches won, sets against, 4 games for and against, when it came down to who would be the next best after the group winners. Of course, Czechia here by virtue of that wild card. On the line.
Love 15.
I always had it in my mind, Wally, if it was going to be close, you hit it, no matter what. That was my rule.
Yeah, I think that's maybe players that were serve volleyers and back the volley and back the smash. Probably that was the attitude.
Casey and I had a little discussion the other night, Wally, I'm not sure what your view is, and about communication in doubles and about whether you should say yours, mine, or is it just you, or is it just mine, or... And what was your thing, Casey? You said don't say anything.
No, no.
Be quiet.
I think the most direct, clear, concise way of communicating, so there's no confusion, is that you never say yours, you always say mine.
Oh, another smash. Not quite right. Well,
15.
That makes sense,
30.
right?
Yeah,
Like-
well, when a lob went up and I was playing with Mark Woodford, that's all I said. Mine.
yours.
Yeah, that's perfect. At the moment you say yours, I feel like the player's not ready for it and they're like, oh, you just got to be committed, say mine and get it done.
No, I was the opposite. I would just say yours. A lot.
That's why you always battle to get partners, right, Wally?
Yeah. Yours.
Oh, bam.
Well, that's come up quite regularly from other of my peers, not me.
Nicely done. Brings it back to 30-all.
30-all.
I really like
30-14.
Fruhvirtova's attitude. She's very intent on just making balls. She's awfully consistent. There was a little flash of brilliance with that backhand roll in the previous game, Todd, but she's just, even on the volley, sometimes she looks a bit tentative, but she makes balls. Doesn't give away cheap, unforced errors. Stays alive in the point.
Czechia. Team Czechia in 5 games to 4.
A ještě rada do budoucna. Kdyby teďka byla ještě o metr blíž na té sítí, tak jsem volej vlastně uklidila. Ale super jako jo, bezvá to jako. Hele, lobby winnery hraje jako pecka. Super.
Well, having been born and bred in Sydney, it's always nice to come back. I live in Melbourne these days, but I've got Wally and Casey here who know all about the activities that go on in and around Sydney throughout the year. Tons of parades, Chinatown, and there's so many things to do. Particularly if you've got young ones like you, Casey, you can get them out to Taronga Zoo. It's a very special place to be. See some of the great Australian wildlife, and then you could maybe prance down the street like this emu, Wally. $11:24 here at Sydney Olympic Park on quarterfinals night of the United Cup for 2026. Those two with the break coming out to serve for the first set, trying to get a point on the board for Team Czechia. They're not going to advance any further in this year's United Cup. Team Belgium are on their way to take on Switzerland, but it would still be nice to get a point here.
Lock 15.
Probably the one thing I would say to Fruhvirtova is just maybe get a little closer after that first volley. If they get a couple of lobs over your head, it's okay. Delabor's as quick as a jackrabbit. He's on the baseline anyway. He'll get it. She just tends to almost backpedal a little bit, and she makes the volley, but there's not a lot on it.
Left for service.
There it is again. She was backpedaling. She started close to the net, made her way all the way back to the service line at one point of that rally, and then you could see that low volley. I mean, that's just awkward.
Yeah. Well, one of the key things about volleying here too, Wally, watch here, when she makes contact, shoulders are just open or square to the net. So you can't get much pace on the ball if you're like that with a forehand all backhand.
She doesn't let go of that left hand, so yeah, it just makes the shoulder turn a bit more complicated. But I mean, as I say, I love her attitude, and she makes balls. She finds the middle of the racket and she plays the percentages. But if she could just, where she is now, if she can just hold her ground.
That one a little easier, up above net height, so she could get that one away. This is breakback points, one of the three gone. Of course, if it gets to the deciding point, it becomes break point, set point. Saved. He's got a good little wide serve.
Yeah, he served that one well tonight, hasn't he?
He gets the ball to cut away, he gets it shorter up the line. See, yeah, look at that. And no chance.
That's the serve, isn't it, to a single-hander. Don't give him much pace. Get it up above shoulder height.
Okay, so 3 break points saved, and now we are at that set point, break point scenario. And the deciding point goes to Team Belgium, and we're back on serve at 5-all.
It was almost like he was waiting for that serve, Wally.
Yeah, it was too hard and flat, though, right in his hitting zone. The one previous was in the 160s with kick, jumped up above shoulder height. I mean, for a single-hander around the waist, yeah, that's fine. But once he gets up above your shoulder, you're fighting. He just made the wrong choice, in my opinion. Todd, did you ever hit a volley that close to net in your life?
I did not, no. It's really interesting what you're alluding to, because so many of this, I guess this era of doubles players stand that close. And yes, they cherry pick. They get a lot of free points, but so often in big matches that I've called, when they are that close and they have to play something a little more difficult once or twice, they don't get the ball away. And it's very costly. But I can see the effect that and why they do it, because serving is so big and you get so many easy ones. But my preference was to be able to follow through on my volley, because I knew then it wasn't going to come back no matter what type of ball was delivered to me. That's a great service game. Holds to love and Team Belgium. After surviving a set point, now have the lead 6-5, first set. Well, it's had some changes in momentum this opening set. Belgium went up to love and then it's back to level. Team Czechia have had their chance. And now they're coming back out to see if they can take it to a tie-break in this opening set. Let's have a look here quickly at the road to the final. Team Belgium, the third of the quarterfinalists. They'll take on Switzerland. The United States awaits the winner of Australia and Poland. That's going to be our big match here tomorrow night, and that will bring in the crowds, no doubt. Maya Joint and Alex Dimonor taking on Taylor Fritz and Coco Gauff. What a lineup.
Love 15.
Todd, you mentioned momentum shifts. There's been pretty much a momentum shift every game. These sudden death points. A minute ago it was set point for Team Czechia, break point for Team Belgium. Things have turned on a dime in this match. Big night, isn't it, for Maya Joint, taking on Iga Świątek, one of the most dominant players over the last 4 or 5 years on the women's tour, representing your country. Full house here, Ken Rosewall Arena. It's about 10,000 people.
Oh yeah, it's one
biggest match of her life.
Absolutely. Big match for all the reasons you just mentioned, Wally.
And I guess, you know, Casey, it'd be unrealistic of us to expect that she can beat Iga, but you just never know. But wow, will she learn a lot about her game.
And that's how you continue to get better, isn't it? By playing the better players, even practicing with them, you get to know that level. Sets up 2 set points, beautifully done.
Oh,
30-40.
what a way to save it. Pops the serve, 167, the biggest one she's hit tonight after a couple lesser paces that have been taken advantage of in this game. Still set point though for Belgium. Finds another beauty right on the line.
Deciding point.
So here we are again. Another pressure point.
Set filled with pressure points.
Set point for Belgium. And a point to hold to take it to the tiebreak for Team Czechia.
Does she go big again?
Well, given the last two, I think you got to. And she does, and that's a beauty. G3 big serves to get out of trouble there from Fruhvirtova.
6 games all. First set tiebreak.
Good signs from a young player when they're fearless, aren't they? They just come up with those 3 serves. Great stuff.
1-0, Team Belgium.
This tiebreak, a regulation tiebreak, first to 7 points, a win by 2 from 6 all.
Two, 1, Team Czechia.
Todd, that's probably the one you're referring to there, where Sander Gille was so close that he couldn't actually play a volley.
Yeah, couldn't. Yeah, you're just poking it back.
He just had to get bat on ball. He couldn't follow through at all. He must be a distraction at the net, though. He moves a lot, and he's very, very close. He must cause a horrible visual for the returners.
Well, he's actually done a very good job on Great Minnen's serve. She's been, apart from that first service game, she's held well on her service.
Almost over the net.
I mean, it's 129, so you can definitely play a little roll lob. I think they've got to look at it. He's actually missed a couple of smashes, so just make him think about it. Something. I mean, agreed he's going to run across and get the lob. That's not the problem, but you've just got to keep him out of that play, particularly on the first ball.
Gee, how good was that on a second serve? And then that backhand's pretty tasty. She can drive it hard. She's shown us the little cross-court roller, and then now this one makes him cover the most court possible, and with that little drop shot, really good hands off that side.
I really like her serve too. Sorry, Wally. I was just going to say, technically, it's a very sound serve.
But everything about her game is pretty tidy, isn't it? She keeps finding the middle of the racket. Her swings are not extravagant. And you sort of wonder for her maybe to take the next step in singles. It's maybe to be a bit more adventurous with her shot making. But as far as doubles goes, she is as solid as a rock.
It's hard to separate them. They've both had set point. And we're at 3-all after that first change of ends in this tie break.
Well, you get the feeling Sandor's going to make or break it, don't you? He's just in everything.
Yeah, and so he should be. That's what gets the job done.
You can see a little bit of hesitation there from Dalibor. None from Sandor. He commits.
Well, this serve 137 dropped pretty short, but like most players with two hands now, that shot there is an easy one for them, Wally. Not for the single-hander, as you've alluded to, but that one, look at the redirection there, it's perfect.
Yeah, left hand just makes you so much stronger up above the shoulder.
Yeah, first service.
I mean, Rafa on the clay at the French Open pretty much exploited that position for Roger, didn't he? Just hooked that forehand up high and heavy. Roger was hitting backhands above his shoulder all day long.
At 5-4. Team Belgium.
Oh, Minnen getting hammered there. That's the right tactic. Yeah. If you're out there, you've got to expect everything coming your way, Casey.
Yeah, you do. Particularly as the woman, there's no doubt about it. And if you're at the net, you have to expect not one, not two, but them to direct a lot of the traffic towards you. That's fantastic from Svrcina. I feel like those line balls need to be played more regularly. Brings up a set point.
Well, if you make the decision right now, if it's Svrcina, that you just go straight up the line, you know that Gille's going to be lean into the centre. He has to be. Oh,
It's probably the first unforced error she's made.
Yeah, and I don't mind it either. I actually don't mind that she, in that moment, decided to go down the line, because with Jill all over the net, it's just the highest part of the net. She just didn't quite execute it and get it there.
That little bunt lob too, beating by a long way, just shows that maybe there is that possibility if they have a little bit of time.
Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it?
Or the inclination, just get it over his head. Because once that initial burst after the serve is over, if he doesn't make contact, then he's almost at 6s and 7s. And the advantage goes back to the baselines. But he's pretty good, Sandra, at picking off that first ball. Straight off the return.
Net for service.
I'm just laughing because Andrea said the other night about us being on first name basis with some players that were commentating. I'm just thinking about you, Wally. You and Sander, first name basis.
Yeah, I just struggle sometimes with pronunciation. I dare not try for Delabours.
another set point for Team Belgium.
Well, when you sit here courtside, Casey, you feel like you get to know the player. You feel like you establish a relationship. I mean, we're literally feet away from the court.
That's true.
I mean, Cleve Harper was Harper. Neither team can find that knockout blow.
7-all.
Is there sudden death in this tiebreak?
There is not. I was thinking there was a last change of ends, the last train heading out of Sydney Olympic Park is 11 past midnight. So I hope the fans that are still here have got a vehicle. Seven all now.
He just doesn't stop, does he? Gilles, he's just hunting the ball at the net constantly.
And Fruhvirtova went one line ball, and see how it brought Svrcina into the play, but then Fruhvirtova, I reckon she just had one more line ball in her right here. But yeah, well done, Jill.
There's a bit of room up that line, wasn't there? So this time they've got a set point, but it is on Sander Gilles' serve. Advantage Belgium.
Well, he mishit the previous forehand. There is a lot going on in that takeaway. And he wrapped that completely around the frame. So once again, well done, Team Czechia, just making balls.
No, Dalibor went way too early. I mean, it's the right thing to help, but he just completely mistimed it. And look how he's coming in, so he has to... He actually... Yeah, it wasn't the right time to go. He had to get up, get some net position, and then look to go on the next one, potentially. So another set point for Belgium. A 6th one now.
Gee, Greet actually has to get involved there. There's a couple there. I mean, that was a great deep return, that first return. But she's holding her ground.
That one
was
particularly,
hers.
yeah, because that's like so much space through that middle part of the court.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hit the volley, but that first one too, I mean, that was a good return from Gille. It was high, it was deep. She had a chance to hustle there, take the centre of the court. She just needs to take a leaf out of his book on one of these better returns.
Well, match time just over an hour now. It's a very long set in a no-ad scoring mixed doubles.
And Todd, they've just flashed that information that you imparted. Last train to depart Sydney Olympic Park to Central Station.
Via Lidcombe.
11 past 12. There's a train to Woolooware, Todd?
Okay, it is now Czechia's set point for those watching. Woolooware, southern suburb here of Sydney that I grew up in, and I don't know if I think I'd have to go to Central to get the train back out to Woolooware.
Well, this is interesting now in a standard tie break. It's not a big point, obviously.
Big chance now.
He's intimidating. He's up inside the baseline. Oh, he's done it again. I don't know what happened there, but...
well, he wanted a backhand.
Yeah, but it was going to his forehand.
But he was hell-bent on getting it on the backhand. Have a look here.
Yeah, but look, that's a forehand, isn't it?
Should have been,
Look,
yes.
He's actually sliding across. He can't get any power into the shot. Sliding across, he knows it too. I mean, his forehand's fine. Why not just stand there and deliver with a forehand?
Oh no, it was there to be taken. It could have gone either way. He said he should have hit it off, but that ball was there for the taking that volley.
That was the right shot though, wasn't it?
I think it was. There was no one home.
No.
If it goes over, it was certainly another set point for Czechia. But now we're back over to Belgium once again. 11-10.
Can you believe this? Nobody can find the knockout blow.
No, 11-all. I have to start getting into the record books here, the United Cup, to find out the longest tie break in the mixed. Remembering, this is just a first to 7 point. Gee, she served well the back end of this set, has Linda.
Yeah, she really cranks the serve when she's needed. Nice big flat serves. Found some good placement.
Well, something good up the mid. Oh, well, I think Minnen is going to play I formation here, but I'd still be putting something solid through the centre of the court. Will they play I again? Doesn't look like it.
You know, if I was Fruhvirtova, I would have stayed back on second.
You would have?
Yeah. From the baseline, she doesn't miss. I reckon they both could have had a chance to maybe fire a few solid ground shots at Greek Minnen there at the net.
Vyjedete na rekord?
Oh, it's an interesting... I mean, I'm trying to get the words in the right order here. I mean, everybody's had their chances, and the opportunities have been there. Everyone's a little tight. They're not making ridiculously tight errors. It's just the ball gets put back in an unusual place.
Yeah.
It's getting down below the net. They're all in difficult shots. Even that last one there for Fruhvirtova.
I guess I'm just racking my brains how to finish the, the tie break. Two players at the back. He makes the return. He probably thumps, Gille probably thumps the ball at Fruhvirtova, but she's solid as a rock from the back. She'll make that. And there's a 203 serve, just long, but she made it. She's got great ability to make balls from the back of the court. Well, maybe that's what it takes, an element of luck.
13-12, Team Belgium.
Gee, there's nothing on here, is there? He's right there.
Well, another set point. Not done yet.
Svrcina.
All. Gee, we haven't seen many of them from Svrcina. He's served pretty well. Surely this time. Sander, Gille at net. Got to get in the action here. And he's got it. Whoa. Took a while, an hour and 8 minutes for Team Belgium to take that opening set, 15-13 in the tiebreak.
The vast majority of the crowd have departed for the 12-11 via Lidcombe to Central.
15 love.
Now the hard part here is for everybody just to keep up that intensity that they had at the end of that back set. Everybody sort of takes a breather and you go, that was long, that was good tennis, and now you've got to keep it going, particularly Belgium, who won the set.
14 love.
Sneaky ace. Oh, little back spinning drop shot. Well played.
First game, second set.
Very cunning, and he really faked them out here because he took a fairly extravagant swing, like he's going to punch it deep, but just completely cut under the ball, and then he chased it in. Smart play.
And you love the way that ball actually just hit the court and stopped, bounced backwards. Now, this is not necessary. I think we just played 4 points after quite a long break, and they can't be that parched. They should be just immediately changing ends and getting on with it. Yeah, well, nobody's picking up on or seems to maybe have that ability to hit the chip lob. That racket there with the name of Ken Rosewell on it, that man had one of the very best chip lobs, Wally.
Yep, one of the best slice backhands the world's ever seen, one of the best backhand volleys the world's ever seen, which of course lends itself to grip and technique, to playing that, that little delicate chip off return.
Yeah, he would just float it up, and part of his warm-up was to actually work on the depth of a lob, like just making sure it landed just a couple of inches inside the baseline was something that I used to work on a lot, particularly for my doubles.
That's a bomb. What a different game it was. You just look at the power of that serve, 198 kilometres an hour. You could not serve like that with the old wooden rackets, and you couldn't hit many winners, so errors were costly. It was a game of consistency and accuracy. Hard to compare the eras.
Very. So a quick game there and a hole to love.
1 game.
Yeah, nice placement there from Svrcina. Just hard and fast through the middle, drawing Minnen to want to play that.
And the lob, once again, unsettled Team Belgium. So there's been a few in the last couple of minutes in the tie-break, and now both from Fruhvirtova.
40-15.
See, there's quite a bit going on the takeaway from Gille's forehand. Sometimes struggle just to get the elbow to release. The racket head's flying, but the elbow's still almost behind the body.
Again, Team Czechia.
So we remain on serve in the second set, 2-1. Team Czechia.
Team Czechia, 2 games to 1.
Skvělý game. Skvělé. Nasytíte si pomaly a jí a... Jsou.
Time.
Well, a couple of avid tennis fans still gutting it out here this evening. Just a few left in the house to watch this final match of this quarterfinal. Greek Minnen serving at 1-2 after Team Belgium having taken the first set 7-6.
50 love.
Oh, what a point.
It's taken a while, hasn't it? But the lob now is starting to feature. Just given the blanketing of the net by Gille in particular. It's plan B. It's hard to go around him. Just go over him.
At 30-15. At 30.
Well, I always enjoy watching the Czechs play doubles. They're skilled because they have a system of club tennis that encourages team tennis, both singles, doubles, mixed, and you think about the great Czechs over the years and the players that they've produced, and they continue to do so.
Nicely covered there from Gille. But you're right, the Czechs do it really well with the way that they learn to compete. They were always playing matches. They have a real strong connection to normally their local club. For many, many years. That's why they've been so strong in team competitions particularly as well. Similarly, the Italians play a lot of tournaments. They learn to compete, and I'm not sure what you both think, but there's absolutely value in just learning how to get out there and play matches. I remember playing singles, doubles, mixed, whatever I could play at every tournament that I could enter.
Net for service.
No, I was like that. You couldn't keep me off the court.
Yeah.
But I think that's true of Europe too, isn't it? Spain, France, great club scene. A lot of tournaments, whether they be professional or just money or local. And of course, the ability to travel. You live in Italy, you just duck across the border, lose, come home. Well, Sander, he won't be denied, will he? There was a good little lob over his head, but he was determined to get back into the action. And in the end, Minnen just firing that one a little long.
Just thinking about playing matches. I think my second year that I went to Wimbledon to play, I was 17, turning 17. I played 5 events. Singles, doubles, mixed, and junior.
You did juniors as well. I was trying to work out what else you played.
5 events.
15 all.
Are you guys too young to remember the plate?
No.
No, I was there for the plate, and a lot of you must explain to a lot of our viewers, Wally.
Well, if you lost first round, all the first round losers entered the plate. So there was another tournament to be played. It was only first round, wasn't it? It wasn't first and second.
No, just first.
First, yeah. Geez, how old are you guys? No, there he is again, just blanketing the net, Gille.
15,
he does it so well.
This is a great angle to see how he actually moves, and he was so close that we couldn't even catch him on the camera.
No, he's past the camera.
Yeah.
30 all.
Yeah, it was a good return. In fact, off a very big serve, did well to make it.
It's interesting you talk about the club structure in Europe, and Europe is the powerhouse of tennis these days. And that club structure and the tournament scene is so healthy that the federations, even if a country doesn't have a big federation like the Serbians or the Croatians, they can still produce players at an alarming rate. And the great irony of Australia is that it cost us nothing to play tennis back in the day, but no money has gone into the clubs. And a lot of the clubs in Sydney, which is a city of 6 million people, are council courts. Very different setup.
We'll come back to that. Well, 3-2, Czechia lead. All right, Wally, you can finish that conversation.
No, I guess, yeah, it was the great strength. In Europe in the 50s and 60s, it wasn't so accessible. Tennis was fairly elitist, but in Australia it was accessible to everybody, and we didn't pay much to play. And that has continued to be the case. But in Europe, post-war, there was a big boom in infrastructure, in building, and the economies were booming. And take Germany, for example, you know, tennis became accessible. The clubs were private clubs, but affordable. And quite often, you know, the coach was paid to coach there, so he had a viable business from the get-go. But in Sydney, very different scenario. You want to coach, you've got to pay up to $25,000 a year per court lease before you even start. So you own a 4-court centre, you're 100 grand in the hole before you begin.
Well, that's Team Belgium. They're actually happier than they look at the moment because they're through to the semi-finals. They've had a huge couple of days here in Sydney at the United Cup, and earlier today. Well, it was now yesterday because we're on to Friday, 20 past midnight almost here now. But Zizi Bergs and Elise Mertens winning both of the singles against Team Czechia to secure a place against Switzerland. Switzerland just arriving Thursday afternoon from Perth along with the United States. And they have a practice day on Friday ahead of the semi-finals being played on Saturday. Too good. Fruhvirtova holding her own comfortably in the baseline rally with Gille.
Lob 15.
And then again, the lob starting to pay dividends. Nice use of it here.
Well, you can see why she's had such a successful junior career through Fruhvirtova. Played some quality tennis, had a semi-final run through at Junior Wimbledon. She knows her way around and slowly transitioning into the senior ranks nicely. Well, we've kind of been wanting Minnen to get a little bit more involved.
But she was sort of the opposite of Gille. She crossed from the fairway back from the net on that occasion. It's sort of got to be forward and across. She just went laterally, made for a tough volley. There she is again, just the punishing ground shots, great depth. She's played awfully well tonight, Fruhvirtova. Hasn't really put a foot wrong. Now it's break point. It's 4 of them.
Game.
And there is the break. Team Czechia.
Team Czechia in 4 games to 2.
Hello. What do we got going on there, Wally?
1998.
98.
Oh, 1995.
95. Some good names on there. Cash, Kale, Stolly, Casal Sanchez.
What's that trophy for?
That's got to be the Sydney International, the New South Wales Championships. It was New South Wales Open, it was known as. Played at
15 love.
White City before making its way out here to Homebush. There you go. from 1956 to 2019. Pretty prestigious trophy in the world of tennis if you go back in Australian history to the likes of Rosewall, Hode, Fraser, Newcombe, Roach, Labour, they're all on it.
Well, a dip
At 30 love.
from Team Belgium here. A few unforced errors. Lapse in concentration. It's a run of points to Team Czechia.
At 13-15.
Well, Greet's actually done the right thing, hasn't she? She's been trying to get involved, but unfortunately she's not been able to get the ball away when she's been at net with it. So it's sort of changed the momentum of this match, and Czechia are sort of getting on top here.
There it is again, the lob. It's paid dividends.
Certainly has. It's got them back in it, no doubt about that. Team Czechia, they've got a 5-2 lead in this second set. Team Belgium having taken the first.
Výborně. Paráda.
Oh, hello. Who would like to tell you? I can't talk about myself, so go on.
What is that? That's the Arena of Champions. So that's the New South Wales players.
Yeah. And that's the record. Welcome back, everybody, to Ken Rosewall Arena.
I probably should know this, but what was your best singles result? 'Cause no, I'm not in a bad way, but
In terms of ranking, or
both best result and best ranking. Highest ranking
19
and best result.
semi-finalist at Wimbledon.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd take that career.
You're going to ask Wally his?
You've been validated, Todd. You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah, okay. You can go into the Hall of
Casey,
Fame.
you know, he's 22 Grand Slam titles. Casey wasn't convinced. No.
A bit better than she thought. You haven't asked Wally?
Wally?
Oh, look, it'd be remiss of me to talk about myself, but I will after this game.
Are you going to pull your resume together? We'll just give you a bit of time.
Just go through my results.
Better reiterate here that Team Belgium are serving to stay in this second set. 2-5. Oh, that's a bad miss.
You got to go middle, don't you?
So
Hard middle.
It was the hardest angle he could have gone, that one.
Yeah. Hey, we sort of discussed the slice lob, and we know that the grips that the players have these days don't lend itself to that. But how well has Fruhvirtova done now? Just not necessarily topspin lobs, but just roll lobs, and she's found the mark every time. Smart. Oh, that is not an easy smash from back there. She might have been better advised just to play another forehand, even a roll lob again.
Yeah, she knows it too. But just going back through the memory banks, I'm not sure. I think Casey, not Tracy, was looking it up. I'm going to say something maybe about 17, Wally. Was that the high ranking?
Yeah, getting close.
Okay.
Getting close.
15.
Bingo.
Wow, you actually went all right. Hey, Willie.
But I was better than that.
And 2 Grand Slam semi-finals, Australia and US Open.
Yeah, but a long time ago. That's a nice wide serve there. That's a great angle there at 131k. So Jakub Benčić there just in shot walking down the tunnel. It was interesting. He's awfully good. He's young. But it was interesting just to watch his play over the course of 3 singles matches. He's definitely got a little bit of work to do on that forehand wing.
Well, I really like what he may have lost that game, but I like the tone that Team Czechia came out and started this set with, and they've done a good job just to mix in that lob, throw in a few different. There is the man himself, Ken Rosewell, on the Arena of Champions as well. But I just like that Team Czechia have really tried to mix things up. They've returned really well, stay solid, but just done a few different things
15 love.
that have just given them this advantage to serve for this second set.
Casey, we didn't see Ken's full resume there, but he won 7 Grand Slam singles titles, and he didn't play Grand Slams for 11 years. He missed 44 Grand Slam opportunities,
incredible, isn't it? Wow.
due to pro tennis. His longevity was extraordinary.
I had the privilege of sitting with Ken last year at the Tennis New South Wales Awards and chatting to him, and yeah, very much a highlight of my career.
Still in good health, Ken?
Yeah, and told brilliant stories, so engaging. He was a real hit.
As we've seen throughout this match, it's been so hard to maintain the momentum for either team, to put things away. They all had chances in the opening set. Epic tiebreak.
Well, Todd, it's a series of random events, isn't it? With Gille flashing around the net. It's hard to develop any patterns from the back of the court because you're so aware of what he's doing, and you have to react to that.
14, 15.
It's almost just trying to get it right at the right moment.
And it looks as if we might be going to that match tiebreak here. A couple of set points, Team Czechia. And it is the case. Well done.
Set, Team Czechia.
They're in it. They level it up. And a set all. 7 games to 6. And after this change of ends, we'll be back to see who can secure this final point in this quarterfinal. Tiebreak of this match. First to 10 points. Gille to serve.
Great point, and Fruhvirtova rock solid out of her corner.
Team
And
Czechia.
Svrcina getting in and finishing off with a great volley. Fruhvirtova, very impressive.
Yeah, and then for Minnen, she was just backpedaling. As soon as you do that in doubles, you've got no chance of picking up those quick reflexes. You get on the heels and you... And the body weight falls away from the ball very hard then.
2-0. Team Czechia.
Good tennis. And once again, the lob being useful for both teams.
2-1 Team Czechia.
That was a pretty good overhead because it's often difficult to pick up in the rafters here. It's very busy up above with the eye line, and also it was such a high lob. It's dropping. You got to time it well.
Yeah, that's right, Todd. It sort of goes up through the lights and then beyond the lights, and it's coming out of the black. So he certainly did well to take that one on the fly. Oh, a shank. Just slid across the ball, came off the throat of the racket perfectly. A wry smile there.
Yeah, and he apologises. It's a shank you very much.
That was a really good joke.
It's late.
Those kids have enjoyed every second of their United Cup experience.
He's keeping it. No. Can you keep the ball?
No.
No, we do need it back.
Yeah. He's got a couple there.
He's been hoarding.
Yeah.
He's got it in the bag. He's going to have to get back out. The line up there. There we go. Got it back.
The US Open, you can keep it, right?
Yes. She's been trying to get in the action, and that one was timed perfectly. Gets the volley away, levels it at 3-all.
Well, this is good, isn't it? This is forward and across. So there, that's a way to cut off the angle. Of course, it's school holidays here in Australia, so those young kids. What are we here? 20-1. No school for them tomorrow, so it's okay.
Well, I wonder whether we can beat the scoreline of the first tiebreak. 15-13, that one went to. 3-all.
A 4-3 Team Czechia.
The other thing too, when you're that close and the ball was hit that low, it must almost be like a hindrance. Because you're not quite sure whether it's going to clip the tape. You've got no time to react. It's almost off-putting in my mind to be that close.
that's 2 of them. They're 2 misses, 1 each.
3, Team Czechia.
It's funny when Minnen volleys, sometimes she just gets stuck. Her feet, she just doesn't get to the pitch of the ball.
Yeah, she almost looks a bit more solid off the backhand volley.
Yeah, that was
the forehand.
reaching.
She takes took a big swing at that.
So the momentum gone to Team Czechia.
Team Czechia.
Some errors being costly here for Belgium. Oh, big on the forehand. Widens that gap now to 7-3.
7-3, Team Czechia.
Gee, that's fast. That's pretty big, isn't it? 147k, and he had to generate that pace off a slow ball. That's impressive.
So after that change ends at 3-all, almost a clean sweep here of the next 6. 5 at least going Czechia's way.
There's some real pressure now. On the Minnen serve.
Oh, he's lit it up at the right time as Delabor.
9-3. Team Czechia.
He just made up his mind, didn't he? Just pick a spot and crush it.
Yeah, and it's so valuable. But his forehand, as you said, it comes off with so much pace. He's got great racket head speed, and he played really well in the mixed doubles the other night against the Australians, and tonight again showing his prowess.
And so it brings up match points, 9-3, 6 of them for Team Czechia to get a point here in this quarterfinal. Yeah, got it.
Game set a match, Team Czechia. This is 2-1, 6-7, 6-3, 10-3.
So some reward for Team Czechia in the end. And a very entertaining mixed doubles.
Yeah, they really deserved that win. After the first set, they took their time, came back out, played really aggressive, started to use the lob, started to mix things up. And as I said, I really feel like they were the deserving team in a really tough match, back and forth. Someone had to grab it by the horns and take the win, and it was Team Czechia that did that tonight. Fabulous moment for Gille and Fruhvirtova, young, and got a long time left onto a great sportsmanship from both teams. It's been a great tie tonight, and we've really, 12:44 local time, so it's been a big night.
Certainly has, and there'll be a bit of work to get done to clean things up, get everything ready for later this afternoon when the last of the quarterfinals comes into play, when Australia will take on Poland. We know the rest of the lineup, and it is the USA that await the winner of that, because Team Belgium will be taking on Switzerland here on Saturday. But after going down to Australia, a couple of days ago. Nice to get a victory for Team Czechia. So all of their team will start their way onto the next tournaments, whether it be Adelaide, Auckland, or down to Melbourne for the Australian Open opening week. And then, of course, it's on to the Australian Open. But Wally Masur has got himself into position. Barbora Krejcikova out there to say well done to her teammates. And Wally, over to you.
Well, guys, ultimately disappointing to lose to Team Belgium, but you must be proud to get the win. Linda, have you ever played a wilder tiebreak than that first set?
No, I don't think I have, and it was first time playing mixed doubles for me. So yeah, it was definitely a great experience, and even though we lost the tie today, I'm proud of the team, you know.
I know.
Jakub and Bara fought till the end and played some great matches here, and I'm just happy, you know, that we got the chance to get on the court and play a nice match like that.
You say you haven't played much mixed doubles, but you played awfully well. Sandor Gille was just across the net like an absolute jackrabbit, making a real nuisance of himself. But you changed your tactic nicely. You were lobbing beautifully in the end and sort of taking the net away from him. So it's good thinking on the run.
Yeah, I felt like we needed to change something because I felt like he was covering the net, you know, everywhere when Greed was serving. So, and he was really close at the net. So we thought it was maybe a good idea to give it a shot. So we just, you know, varied it well, and I think my partner did a really good job too. So yeah, we enjoyed it, and I'm happy that we got the chance to get on the court today.
Dalibor, you did a great job in the end. You hit a forehand there, 147 kilometres an hour. It seemed like you just made up your mind, I'm going to see a spot and hit it and go for it, and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, we were up, I think, 8-3, so I was just like, I'm going to go for it, see if it drops in, and it did. So I gave us the lead 9-3, and we managed to close the match. So I'm happy that we got the chance to play, and I'm proud of the team that we fought. We did very good. Jakub and Barbora, they played very good matches against tough opponents, and yeah, maybe we come back stronger next year. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, it's always great to win a match for your country, and Team Czechia handled themselves so well throughout. So congratulations tonight, and hopefully we see you next year bigger and better.
I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who stayed up so late, you know. Thank you guys. We enjoyed playing in front of you, and see you next year, hopefully.
The last train left at 12:11, so these guys have stayed to the very end. All right, big hand for Team Czechia. Well done.
Well done, and a nice little gesture there from Linda, thanking everybody who did stay around late into the early hours of the morning here. Let's take a look at confirmation of the results here today. And they look like this. They'll be with us in just a moment. But Casey, can't wait for what's to play out here this afternoon. Sydney time when Australia take on Poland. That's a big match. And Hubie Hurkacz to take on Alex de Minaur. And then, of course, Iga Swiatek will be taking on Maya Joint. So that's the big one that is still to play out to finish things off. This is that road to the final. This is how each of the teams have made it so far.
Yeah, well, it's been incredible to watch this all unfold. In there, as you can see, Todd, there's one more place to go, and that is Australia versus Poland. Team USA, Team Switzerland won over in Perth. They are into the semi-final, and Belgium, well, they did a great job tonight to also get through to the semi-final.